Hey, what's up, guys? Coming out back with the video, and today I'm going to do my NFL Week 6 picks. Mostly before I get on it, I'm actually wearing the Broncos there when we actually had an actual quarterback there. So yeah, Peyton Manning. I got Peyton Manning in the back. So yep. So we'll start off with the list there. So we'll start off with Thursday Night Football. October 13th, 6:15 Mountain Time Prime Video. We have the Washington Commanders at the Chicago Bears. Honestly, this game is honestly a shit bowl game. I am possibly gonna say I want to go with the Bears here to win. I think the Bears have a little bit more advantage here over the Commanders. The Commanders there, they just don't look that great. They just kind of look pretty off sync there. They can't get nothing going there and stuff like that. For the Bears there, they're kind of in the same boat there. They're kind of in the same boat there where they can't get nothing going there. They're totally off sync in a way also. So honestly, but I think the Bears have a little bit more advantage over the Commanders. Commanders just don't look that great. Mostly this game is going to be a possibly low scoring game. I'm going to say Bears win it here over the Commanders. So that's it for the Thursday night game. So let's move on to Sunday, October 16th. 11 o'clock Mountain Time, first thing 11 o'clock games. We got the San Francisco 49ers at the Atlanta Falcons. I am going to go with the Niners here to win. I think the Niners have a little bit more advantage here over the Falcons here. The Falcons, they just look pretty bad there. I think last week they technically got robbed last week by the Bucs there. The Bucs technically robbed their win last week with that touchdown thing there. So I think the Falcons might want to get a little bit more of revenge there, but I don't really see the Falcons actually winning it here because the Falcons don't look 100% that great on their offense there and stuff like that. They just can't get nothing going there and stuff like that for it. The Niners there, with the Garofalo playing. Garofalo did pretty well last week. He did pretty well last week there. He actually did pretty well, and he actually showed people up he can actually play there and stuff like that for it. But I am going to go with the Niners here when I think the Niners have a little bit more strong running game there, and their defense might be a little bit pretty strong there also. But I'm going to say Niners can pull it out here and win this one against the Falcons. Next game, we got the New England Patriots at the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to go with the Browns here to win. I think the Browns are going to bounce back here and win this game against the Patriots. The Patriots there, they totally blew the Lions out last week there. They shut them out last week. They did pretty well there and stuff like that for it. Mac Jones there, he might do some little bit more damage here and stuff like that for it, but I don't really see him doing too much of damage there and stuff like that for it. Yes, he is fully back in motion there and stuff like that for it, and technically he's gonna try to get stuff done there and stuff like that. For the Browns there, they look pretty solid there. They can't get completely nothing going there, and they've been trying to get stuff going there and stuff like that for it. But I think the Browns can pull it out here and win this one. I just don't really trust the Patriots here, so I'm going to go with the Browns here win over the Patriots. Next game, we got the New York Jets at the Green Bay Packers. Going with the Packers here to win. I think the Packers are going to technically rebound it here against the Jets here. I think the Packers it's going to technically rebound it here against the Jets. losing last week there by the Giants. Giants technically mostly beat them last week pretty badly there. I'm not really beat them pretty badly last week, but they technically were leading the game and stuff like that. But technically, I think the Packers have a little bit more advantage here. Green Bay actually has more advantage here and stuff like that because I think they're going to try to rebound it here this week against the Jets. Jets there, they're mostly putting up some pretty upsetting games. The Jets actually have a little bit more upsetting games here and stuff like that because technically the Jets there, they can do some more damage here and stuff like that for it. So this is like a team it will not sleep on it, but I'm not going to be shocked if the Jets technically beat the Packers there because this team is technically an upset team there. So I won't sleep on the Jets here to win it here and stuff like that for it, but I'm going to go with the Packers here to win. But I'm going to say the Packers can pull it out here and win this one, but I won't sleep on the Jets. Next game, we have a shit bowl game. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Indianapolis Colts. Going with the Jags here to win. I think the Jags have a little bit more advantage here over the Colts here. The Jaguars actually have a little bit more advantage here over the Colts. The Colts there, they can't get nothing going there and stuff like that. Even they can't get nothing going there and stuff like that for it. They look pretty off sync when they played against us last week. Mostly Matt Ryan got technically sacked a lot last week and stuff like that against us. And he just don't look like himself there at all and stuff like that for it. For the Jaguars there, technically they got embarrassed last week. They technically got embarrassed there, and they tried to they're gonna try to technically bounce back here from that massive loss they had there and stuff like that for it. But this game might be pretty close here, but this game's honestly a shit bowl game. I'm going to say the Jaguars win it here over the Colts there and stuff like that. So, yep. Next game, we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Miami Dolphins. I am going to go with the Vikings here to win. Tua has not came back from injury there from having concussion there and stuff like that. He didn't came back at all there and stuff like that for it. He just doesn't look that good there. Even if the Dolphins do have a really strong passing attack like with Tyreek Hill there, I just don't really see I don't really see the Dolphins actually doing too much here and stuff like that for it. The Vikings here, they didn't look too well either, but I think they can get it done there against backup quarterbacks there and stuff like that. They can get really done with backup quarterbacks and stuff like that for it. They look pretty solid themselves, but I think this game might be mostly a low-scoring game there. But I think the Vikings have a little bit of advantage. I just don't see the Dolphins winning until they bring Tua back, and Tua might make a big difference for their team there. So I'm going to go with the Vikings here win over the Dolphins. Next game, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the New Orleans Saints. I am going to go with the Saints here to win. I think the Saints here look pretty solid there. They look pretty solid there. They look really solid there and stuff like that. They are starting to come back around there where they're starting to get stuff together there and stuff like that. The Saints are technically starting to get stuff together and stuff like that for it. But I think they have a little bit more of a running game there and stuff like that for it. For the Bengals there, last week there, they kind of went back to what they've been playing in the beginning of the season there. And not protecting Joe Burrow there, and it's technically hurting them in a way. They're not protecting Joe Burrow in a way there and stuff like that, and they're just not looking like themselves there. They kind of went back into they technically took a step back, and kind of don't look that great and stuff like that for it. So I am going to go with the Saints here one. I think the Saints have a little bit of advantage over the Bengals. So, yep. Next game, we have the Baltimore Ravens at the New York Giants there. I am going to go with the Ravens here to win. I think the Ravens there, they look really red hot there. They look really red hot there. They can get stuff done there with Jamar Jackson there. Jamar Jackson looks like a powerhouse guy there who can actually go down the field and score in there and stuff like that. They mostly look pretty red hot there and stuff like that for it. For the Giants there, they kind of like they're technically one of these teams there you don't want to sleep on there and stuff like that, because the Giants are that type of team there who can actually put up pretty good upsets there and stuff like that. So technically, I'm gonna say the Ravens can pull it out here and win this one, but this game might be pretty close there, and I won't sleep on the Giants on this one either. But I'm gonna say Ravens can pull it out here in a really close game. So that's it for that game. Next game, we got the Tampa Bucks at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Going the Bucks here to win. The Bucks there look really red hot there. They can get stuff going there. They look really solid there with their quarter with Tom Brady there. Tom Brady can actually go down the field and score some touchdowns there and stuff like that for it. For the Steelers there, they're technically lost. The Steelers are technically lost there. They do not have Ben Roethlisberger. They're technically missing Ben Roethlisberger there, because technically they kind of look lost there. They're like, yeah, they've been pulling up some pretty close games there, but they technically look like they're completely lost there without Ben Roethlisberger. They just don't look like themselves there, and they just don't look 100% there, and they're facing a Bucks team who's actually pretty solid there. Mostly I'm gonna say it doesn't really look good for the Steelers there at all. So I am gonna go with the Bucks here to win over the Steelers. That's it for the 11 o'clock games. So let's just move on to the 2:05 games, Mountain Time. First on the 2:05, we got the Carolina Panthers at the LA Rams. This game is a game. This is a shitball game. This one's honestly a who cares game, but I'm going to go with the Rams here to win. I think the Rams have a little bit more advantage here over the Panthers here. Rams, they can't get nothing going there at all. They look pretty off sync there and stuff like that. Same with the Panthers. They can't get nothing going there at all either. But I'm going to say, mostly I'm going to say the Rams can pull it out here and win this one. I just don't really see too much about this game. This game's honestly a who cares game, but I can't really say too much about this game. I'm going to say Rams can pull it out here and win this one against the Panthers. Next game, we got the Arizona Cardinals at the Seattle Seahawks. I am going to go with the Cardinals here to win. I think the Cardinals might bounce back from losing against the Ravens last week there. I think they're going to bounce back here and losing against the Ravens there and stuff like that. The Cardinals look pretty solid there. Even going against the Ravens last week, they did pretty well against the Ravens last week and stuff like that. And they did pretty well and stuff, holding them out and stuff like that for it. With Kyle Murray can actually who actually it looks pretty solid on his running game and stuff like that for it. So for the Seahawks here, I just don't really trust Geno Smith. I just don't really trust Geno Smith at all. Geno Smith there doesn't look like a top tier type of quarterback there who can actually go down the field and scoring and stuff like that for it. So I just don't trust Geno Smith in this game here. Well, I'm going to go with the Cardinals here to win. I think the Cardinals have a little bit of more advantage here. I just don't really trust Geno Smith. Geno Smith there just doesn't look that great. Mostly the running game is pretty off. Their defense is technically pretty off there. But I am going to go with the Cardinals here to win over the Seahawks. That's it for that game there. So yeah, let's move on to the 2:25 game, Mountain Time. First on the 2:25 game, we got the Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs. This game is going to be a hard-hitting match here. This game is going to be a hard-hitting match here. But I'm going to go with the Bills here to win. The Bills there, they look pretty solid there. They can get stuff going there with Josh Allen there, who's actually a pretty good thing for their run game and stuff like that. The Bills do have a really solid defense there with Von Miller there. So technically, this is going to be a real hard-hitting game there. It's going to be like a smack-in-the-face type of game there and stuff like that for it. For the Chiefs there, they can't. Technically, the Chiefs there, yeah, they look pretty solid. Also, they look like a really hard type of team there and stuff like that. Technically, the only reason I think they're going to lose is because they don't have Tyreek Hill. They don't have Tyreek Hill in this game there, so it's technically going to hurt them in this game with that Bills defense. That Bills defense looks really hard hitting there and stuff like that. It looks unstoppable and stuff like that for it. So I'm going to say the Bills can pull it out here and win. But this game is going to be massively close. But I'm going to say Bills can pull it out here and win this one against the Chiefs. That's it for that game. So let's move on to Sunday Night Football, 6:20 Mountain Time, primetime NBC. We got the Dallas Cowboys at the Philadelphia Eagles. I am gonna go with the Eagles here to win. The Eagles there, they look really red solid there. They do look really red solid there and stuff like that, and they actually have a really strong attack there and stuff like that for it. The Cowboys there, they look pretty solid with that young quarterback they really have, and also they actually do have a really scheming running game there and stuff like that for it. But this game is going to be massively close. But I'm going to say the Eagles can pull it out here and win this one. I think the Eagles have a little bit more advantage here over the Cowboys. Cowboys there look really strong with that young quarterback there, but technically, but the Eagles' defense looks really solid there and stuff like that for it. So I'm going to go with the Eagles win over the Cowboys. That's it for the Sunday games there. So let's move on to Monday Night Football, October 17th, 6:15 Mountain Time, primetime ESPN. We got the my Denver Broncos at the LA Chargers. I am going to go with my Broncos here to win. Reason why I'm going to go with my Broncos here to win there, because we do have a really outstanding defense there who can actually play technically lights out and stuff like that. Technically, Russell Wilson there, with the battling with that injury there, it might be a little bit slow for him in the beginning of the game there. Mostly for the offense there, but technically the defense there does pretty well there. They do pretty well, and we do pretty well and stuff like that for it. For the Chargers there, they do have Justin Herbert back, so this is going to be a pretty hard-hitting game there. It's going to be a rival game. Mostly these rival games are always hard, and it's always been close there. But I'm going to go with my Broncos here to win over the Chargers. The teams are on bye. The Lions are on bye. The Titans are on bye. The Raiders are on bye. Or the Haters are on bye. And the Texans are on bye. So, yep, that's for check. Comment, rate, and responsive to subscribers. We like, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you post. Responsive to subscribers. Like, hang out. Add your peace.